I'm gonna be honest, team, I just had a good cry. Nothing happened. I'm just having one of those days. You know how it goes? So if I look a little bit red, don't worry about it. We're all good. I feel a lot better now. But today we're going to build an apartment in The Sims 4. Like I said, it's just one of those days. Sometimes you want to build an apartment in The Sims. And so I did just that. I renovated an apartment in San Myshuno. I did a couple things differently than usual though. With this apartment, I was trying to like branch out of my comfort zone. I was trying to make like an industrial apartment, you know? So I was using like metal and I had this concrete flooring. I was trying to use those like metal and wood countertops I never use. We have brick walls. Like I was really trying to branch out. I also used a lot of bright colors. Like I had this like black metal furnishing everywhere and then I had like bright rugs and stuff. I think at the end of the day, this apartment turned out really good. It's also got some really interesting platforms in it because it's a really big apartment and the walls are so tall. This is like always one of my biggest issues with apartments in The Sims 4, but the walls are so high. This is a tall wall height apartment. And so it's just really hard to make the rooms look not empty and sad when the walls are this tall. So I made use of platforms. So for example, the kitchen and the bathroom and bedroom are raised up a tiny bit. There's like a little staircase up to them. It just sort of splits up the space a little bit more and then it makes it so those walls aren't all so massively high. I feel like it helped a little bit. And you know what else I realized? I kind of forgot about this, but those little metal stairs from Get to Work are the most expensive stairs in the game, which I think is really weird because there's like fancy marble stairs that came with like Get Famous. No, they're cheap. The most expensive stairs in the game are like metal ones, which I guess isn't that weird, but it kind of surprised me when I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, these are like really expensive. So if you want stairs ever, probably don't invest in metal ones. They're on the pricey side, apparently. This whole platform thing kind of did come back to bite me a little bit though, when I was trying to get like a range hood above the stove, because I realized they were all the wrong height, because obviously I was playing with a tall wall height, but I had raised the kitchen up a tiny bit, so the tall length ones were too big and the medium ones were too small and I just couldn't win. So that was an issue that I faced, but I managed to get one. I think the kitchen actually looks pretty good. I tried to use these counters and then I put some open shelving. We've got like some big paintings on the wall. There's like the vent hood. There's a big fancy pendant light from Spa Day. Oh, that's the other thing. I used quite a few packs in this build, but I was trying to use things I never use. Like that vent hood I've never ever used before. That light I never use. I used a snowy escape rug but sized up that I never use. I mean, I was really trying to like branch out and pick furnishings that I don't often pick because I wanted this apartment to look different than my usual like little blue suburban kitchen type houses, you know, my cozy family homes. This is like a expensive, fancy, urban, you know, fancy something apartment. I don't know. I was trying to go for something different with this one and I think I succeeded. I feel like you'd see this in like a magazine out of like some fancy apartment in New York City. Like some celebrity who's got a video tour on Architectural Digest, they live here. And they paid a lot of money for someone really, really smart to design the apartment. And that person was me, lilsimsie, interior designer extraordinaire who builds houses that aren't that good in The Sims daily. Yeah. You're welcome. My fee is about $10 million per room. If you want to hire me to design your house, I'll do it. Do you know what else I always find so hard? Trying to decorate open shelving in The Sims is so difficult, especially in kitchens, because these open shelves are so trendy right now in real life and like super common, but we only have like one kind of dishes that you can put on it and they're sort of new from Snowy Escape. And so when you want to like decorate open shelving anywhere in kitchens and other rooms, we need more like shelf type clutter, like pretty generic shelf type clutter, because you just don't have the things we need to do it. I wish I had like glasses and more plates and bowls and that kind of thing to fill up these shelves with, because I always put like bookshelves and plants, but it's just not enough. And then I think it looks busy and weird. Like I just wish we had more little clutter things for shelves. That's like high on my list is more little clutter things for shelves. And I want like generic stuff too, like just plain glasses, like cups for water. I just want plain like clear glass ones that I can put on shelves. That's all I ask. I know we kind of have that in debug, like you can go and get them and put them on shelves, but your Sims think they're dirty and like try and clean them up, and that's not what I want. Like I want to have actual ones that I can just put on my shelves in my game and use to fill up the empty space. The other thing is that you can't move windows in apartments, obviously. I mean, you wouldn't be able to in real life either, but I wish sometimes that I had a little bit more creative freedom in The Sims, because you're kind of stuck to like build the floor plan around where the windows are. And so I wanted to have this big giant TV in here because I wanted this really fancy apartment, but I couldn't put it like centered the way I wanted to because I didn't want to have it be too far over. And so I intentionally made it like asymmetrical with that marble line underneath it. So there's these two marble tables from Dine Out that are like against the wall and a bit longer than the TV. And I think it looks pretty cool. I just wish that I could have had it slightly further over. and had the windows slightly further to the left as well. That is my dream, but it's too bad. And then in that back corner where the corner windows are, I stuck a dining table. And honestly, I think that area turned out so well. I love this apartment. Honestly, I think it is my dream to live in a high-rise building like this. I would just love to experience like the big windows and the view, like the city at nighttime. I don't know about living there permanently, but I'd stay there for like 6 months. I don't know. That would be fun to do. And I always love the views out the window in the city living apartments. This corner window is so big and it looks so cool. And so I put a little dining room space there. This actually took me a lot of trial and error to figure out what I wanted to do, because I wanted to have a table with a bunch of chairs. I wanted it to be kind of colorful. I wanted a rug, but I couldn't fit a rug. All the sizes were wrong. So I tried like a million different rugs. And then eventually, after a lot of messing with it, I settled on the Snowy Escape rugs. There's these little like fuzzy rugs from Snowy Escape, and if you size them up, it was too small sized up once and way too big sized up twice. So instead, I sized it up once, but put 2 of them on top of each other. And a lot of times the rugs have like weird seams when you do that, but this one didn't. It actually looked really good. So we managed to do that. We got some cute chairs. We had the cute little like light blue rug, and it worked. It matched so well. Everything just came together. It was like a dream come true. And I got to use those glass chairs that I never used from Get to Work. Like, it all ended up nice. It just took me a very long time to mess with it and go back and forth and pick what I actually wanted. It's kind of embarrassing how much time I spent picking chairs for this, because I did this on stream and it took so much time. Probably like 15 minutes in real life, just like, how about this chair? No. How about this chair? No. Just going back and forth constantly. It's kind of embarrassing. I will post that VOD on my second channel, More Simsie, if you want to watch the full thing back. If you want to watch the couple hours of me working on this in real time, I post all of my past live streams on More Simsie. That's just More Simsie on YouTube. I'll link it for you in the description. But you can also watch me live on Twitch. You can watch the chair struggles in real time. You can spend 15 minutes with me doing it as well. It's like a bonding experience for us, you know? We can just struggle with chairs over and over and over and over again. I think we've all been there though. Sometimes when you have like a very specific vision in mind, it's kind of hard to make it work in The Sims. And I had seen these like beautiful apartments with these wonderful polished concrete floors. Like I had this vision in my brain and I wanted to make it work in my Sims game so bad. So it took a lot of trial and error. Now, of course, this is only 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's not like a massive apartment. I probably could have fit more bedrooms if I tried, but I did not try. I wanted like this really fancy 1 bedroom apartment. I'm trying to think what kind of Sim would live here. Maybe like a famous actress or something, a social media star. I don't know. I'm trying to think like what sort of Sim would have this wonderful apartment. And I feel like they've got to be single and very wealthy. Like, that's the vision in my brain. Single, wealthy, has a very prominent career, you know, young, hip. Social media actress kind of thing. That sort of makes sense in my brain. The bathroom was actually very difficult for me though, because I wanted to have like a fun tile and I wanted it to be colorful like the rest of the apartment, but I didn't know like what balance I wanted there. So I tried to use those same counters. We kept the same floors. I ended up using a Fitness Stuff brick wallpaper because it looked kind of like a long tile, and I put that in there. We had like an accent wall of a color behind the counters. There's a big mirror. The seasoned shower has that nice black frame, so I put that in there. I think it worked out kind of nicely, but I wanted to have like a cabinet, but I couldn't really fit it because it's kind of a weird space and it's like kind of tight. I don't know. I probably should have tried to have a bathtub too. Like, if I had organized this better, we probably could have had a bathtub, but I did not. It's okay. A walk-in like standing shower is realistic for this kind of thing. I just feel like in real life they would have had a bigger shower, you know? In like this nice of an apartment, I feel like the showers in The Sims are kind of small compared to like what you might see in a really fancy one. Like, a lot of times they'd be like twice the size in a fancy apartment like this, but you can't really do that. Oh well. On the list of things that matter to me, the size of The Sims showers is not up there. Like, that's not one of my biggest concerns right now. What I am concerned about though is cups and bowls. That's what I really want. Deep down, that is my dream. Forget the showers, forget everything else. It's cups and bowls. Oh, one more thing. A lot of people in my chat when I was streaming this were asking where the flooring is from. The flooring is just base game. I use a lot of packs in this build, but the flooring is just a base game concrete. So that one you don't need to worry about packs for. I don't really use concrete floors that often. So people are kind of like, where is that floor? I'm like, what is that? What is this? And I was like, well, don't you worry. That's just a base game one. I think it looks kind of cool. I like the cracks in it, like how it's kind of shiny. I was excited about this. It feels very trendy, right? To have the concrete floors. I don't know if I'd actually want that in real life. Like, I'm a big fan of hardwood. As a person who does not have hardwood floors, that is my dream right now. I don't really care so much about the concrete floors, but it does look kind of cool in this build. I'm used to living in places with tile, because like every house in Florida has tile everywhere, and there's obviously carpet in this room and stuff, but I want hardwood floors so bad. Like real nice, beautiful hardwood floors. The concrete seems like it would be unpleasant to me. Kind of like the tile, like cold, slippery. I mean, it'd be easy to clean probably, right? But it's not as nice and cozy as the hardwood floors would be. And that is what I really want, is nice, cozy, beautiful, traditional hardwood floors. A nice light wood, very bright. Oh, anyway, I follow a lot of Instagram accounts that have the most beautiful houses and the most beautiful floors. And I really, really want nice, beautiful hardwood floors. One of these days, I'm gonna get a nice house with nice hardwood floors, no carpet anywhere. I do like how carpet's kind of cozy. I just much prefer the look of hardwood floors. Like, I've always had carpet in bedrooms and stuff my whole life, and like, there's no harm in that. I think this kind of like brown carpet is icky. Like, I would much prefer to have hardwood floors. And I like how you can really tell when hardwood is like clean, because you can see dust on it and stuff. With the carpets, like, I vacuum all the time, but you don't know. There's probably cat fur everywhere behind me. Like everywhere. At least on the hardwood floors you can see it, you know, like on tile too, you can see when there's fur. But no, not in the carpet, it blends in. This apartment though, it has all the basics. It's got a big kitchen, it has a bathroom, it's got a big TV, it's got a dining space, we've got a little computer desk area, there's like a place to hang your coat. I mean, all the bases are covered, including bookshelves. I mean, you could probably fit a couple other skill things if you need them. Like if you needed to have a guitar or something, you could totally fit that in here. I wish that I could change the front door. The front door obviously is stuck the way it is because it's an apartment, so you can't like change it, but I wish that I could at least change the color swatch or something of the inside, because I really wish that it was a little bit different. It's not so bad, but I wish the front door was different. I think this apartment building has some of the best front doors out of all the apartments, because sometimes the apartments have like a little tiny door on like a short wall height door on a tall wall height, and it looks so weird and sad to have the little tiny teeny tiny front door. I would much rather have this bigger one, even if the color scheme is a little bit off. Like, I'll take this door any day, because some of them have like a bright red little tiny door, and that just looks so out of place. So I will accept this, and I will keep dreaming of the day that I can possibly upload apartments to the gallery more easily, and that I could possibly change the doors and windows, because that would make my life much, much, much better. Now, speaking of the gallery, this apartment on the gallery is kind of weird, because you can't upload apartments to the gallery at all. You have to upload it as one room, and then you can place it back down as one room. So usually what I would do is just delete the walls where the doors are, and then you could add the walls back, and then it would be fine. But because this apartment is full of all these platforms, you can't do that. So I put it on the gallery, but I took the platforms off. So if you want to download it, you'll have to like put them back yourself, which is kind of annoying, but I figure this is the best way to do it, because then anyone could download it, like even on console and stuff, and then you can just put it back. It just looks a bit silly on the gallery because the platforms are gone. But you know what it's supposed to look like. Anyway, let's go do a quick tour of the finished product. It's meant to be placed in this building, in this apartment in the top left, and this is what the finished product looks like. I like this apartment. I think it's really cool. So when you walk in, there's like a thermostat, you've got a mirror, of course, check your outfit. We have this kind of cool asymmetrical thing again with the big painting and the brick wall. Up the stairs, you have the bathroom and the bedroom, of course. The bedroom looks like this. It's got a nice bed, it's got an ottoman, it's got a dresser. I tried to do a blue dresser. See, I'm branching out. Big plant, there's like a little sitting area. The bathroom looks like this. Nothing special, really. I've done better, and I've done worse. But at least it's not just plain white tile everywhere, right? Like, it looks somewhat different than my most recent ones. I think the kitchen is so cool in this apartment. I love this. I loved these paintings on there. I placed those first, and that kind of helped me decide the color scheme for the rest of the apartment. I think the rug kind of works really well with them. It kind of ties it all in, you know? They even have a dishwasher. You know, I often forget those. Living room is really small, but very cozy. I even use the mosquito stuff pack couch, and I never use that. Here are those rugs I was talking about. I don't know if you can see, but there's not really a seam, even though that's actually two rugs put together. I think it's easier when you click on it, you can sort of tell, but I stuck two of the rugs together, and it fits perfectly underneath the table, and I love that. And then, of course, a little workspace by the door, and then you've got it all. That is the apartment. So on the gallery, it's technically made to have like no platforms, like I was saying, because you can't upload like the place as a whole, you can just upload rooms. So what we had to do was make the game think it was all one room. So I had to get rid of all of our beautiful platforms. I left the fences where they were, and then deleted the walls too, obviously, because it has to all be one room. This way, the game thinks it's just one room. You can post the one room on the gallery, and then you can get the whole thing. But then, of course, when you download it, you have to put the walls back, which is annoying, but at least it's on the gallery. At least you have access to it, right? It just looks a lot worse when it's like this, huh? The lack of walls does not help. But on that note, I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day, and so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. I could use a nap. I've had a rough day.